It's Wii HD finally.
So when Sony first showed the controller, the first thing that came to my mind was, why did they make it look like a personal massager? Actually, all just aside, it actually did seem pretty interesting. And if they can deliver on, you know, the actual precision of it, I think it could be really interesting.
I mean, it is essentially what happens when you put the iToy and Wii Remote together and develop a little more, because it is a apparatus with an accelerometer that's also being tracked by a visual camera that's actually looking at the light. That's what the iToy is looking at.
You'll be able to get this, all those things you mentioned, plus one game, which they haven't mentioned it, for under
$100, yeah.
But then it's also going to be in a bundle, so who knows, probably like $350, $400, somewhere in there, they haven't mentioned.
At the very least, you won't have to pick separate bulbs for the colors, because you pick the color through the system. I was afraid that Sony would nickel and dime by like, oh, you could get, the controller comes with white, but you can get the blue light pack or the pink light pack.
See it? Is it like a Photoshop setting where you just kind of point it the right color?
I saw the tech demo version. I'm assuming it'll probably be a system menu, but yeah, it literally was like a color gradient thing, and you literally just point it and click the action button, and boom, you're
that ball actually. I thought it was hard. I thought it was gonna be a hard plastic, but it's actually a rubber, so you can swish it.
So you can throw it at your TV and it won't break.
Exactly.
Hostiles are inbound, Commander.
Well, I was talking to the gentleman that was demoing the game. He said it took them about 2 days to get the controls implemented from an analog standpoint into the motion control stuff, and then at that point is just a number of refinements. And I thought that was the most impressive detail that I got, because all I heard during the conference was that, yeah, like it didn't take a lot of time, so I was thinking like, all right, maybe a month or two, but
well, it's also telling for a lot of these games, you'll get the base game. Like SOCOM, you can play with the normal controller too. You don't need the move. But then on the same disc, you can choose whether you want to play it on the move controls or you want to play it with the normal controls. So obviously with SOCOM, they didn't design it from the ground up for this, but they felt it would be a good thing to kind of show.
And it seems like controls sensitive, but well. I didn't have to like do this, to shoot guys. I was just kind of standing there like, very fine movements.
It's basically Wii boxing, but it looks a lot better. I went in expecting to just be able to just get the controls and go. Like I thought that it looked simple, but getting in there, I found like the controls to be a little disorienting. You actually use the two move controllers, so you don't use the sub controller at all. It's not quite one-to-one. There's so much going on at the same time, and your character's moving, and you're also bobbing and weaving out of the way, in and out of the way of other hits. That it just seemed like there was like a lot going on for that to happen. Granted, it's still super early.
It seems like a really promising concept to me. It seems like they might have shown it a little earlier. I actually think they made a big kind of point about saying this is 20% complete.
Yeah.
But it seems like maybe they should have held it a little bit longer before showing it to us.
I checked out Move Party, which I guess is like a collection of mini games that you can play against your friends.
It looks more simply like the first generation iToy game with more precision. Because some of the mini games I saw, it literally is like the same game where it's like, here's a bunch of shit coming from the trees, knock them out of orbit. And the original iToy, it did an okay job, but it took a while for the camera to kind of see it. But now I'm assuming it's probably more precise. Like, it feels like you're actually hitting something.
It's actually pretty cool. The thing that I thought was the most interesting was that the picture of yourself on screen, the controller in your hand actually maps to whatever item you're supposedly holding in the game. So say it's a painting thing, it'll turn to a paintbrush. And me looking at myself holding a paintbrush, that's really interesting to me. I'm all for good motion control if they can nail it. I don't care who it comes from. If someone does it, I'm on board.
I think it looks cool. I think it's got potential, but wait and see.